This is how you start a screening for Inverness, the Highlands and the Islands. All right, let's hear it. 48-hour film project, make some noise! Make some noise, Inverness! Let's go! Let's go, let's hear it! Come on! Let's go, everybody! Go crazy if you love the 48-hour film project! All right! So, did you all have fun making a movie in 48 hours?
Oh yeah!
Okay, are you ready to see some awesome movies about potatoes?
And we are the one that was registered theatre films.
My name's Faye. I'm an actor with Scott Ness. Our film was called The Release. As we had our drones, we were able to do some footage as we pulled away at the end, which I think was quite memorable.
Hi there, my name's Lewis from Loch and Log Productions. We made Still Water. Probably the most memorable part is where Ava was drowning and then she screams for Charlie.
Good evening everyone, my name's Sharif, I'm from Kazar Creative. Our film was called A Table for Two. Probably the most memorable part for us was when you realised that Sarah didn't exist and Craig was eating all by himself.
Hi, my name's Matt. I'm in Concrete Slab Productions. We made Dinner Party from Hell. I think the most memorable part was we filmed it all on tape, so digitizing that was such a pain in the behind.
Hi guys, I'm Josh. Our team's Big Draghettis. We did the film with the skeletons in the cinema in the post-apocalypse. That's a good laugh, that one.
Hi, I'm Jonathan. I'm part of the team that made Rhinoceros, the last film that was on, with vegetables being shown in the cinema.
Hi, I'm Katie. I worked on Vintata. The most memorable part of our film is the poisoned potato.
I'm Grant. Our film was Behind the Killer Moves, and I think it's most known for a certain song that plays in it.
Hi, I'm Graham. I'm part of Barry Lisa. Our film's called Strange Eruptions. And in our film, a guy shoots out an alien parasite.
Hi, I'm Sandy. I'm with Lynch Lovers. My film was the anthology film, most memorable I think for possibly the guy with potato for eyes and speaking to Alexa at the end.
Hi, I'm Ailey. I was the cinematographer and co-director on What's Next by Alan Bonales, and I think the most memorable part for us was the twist at the end where we find out that it's actually Charlie that's actually dying and it's not her mum that's died.
Yeah. And the moment that he pulled out the genres from the hat, I wanted to get down on one knee and marry him. I was like, this is ideal. Drama is what we do and what we do best. And we were really grateful for that. The thing that we got away with was that we had the fantastic actor Zoe McBeath. Macbeth. I can't say it. I'm going to say McBeath, okay? Exactly. It's McBeath, but it's not pronounced McBeath. We had her in our back pocket, kind of ready to go, and she arrived at our house at like 7 o'clock on Saturday morning and was like, I'm ready to go. And the apprehension was, okay, I've never met this girl, I don't know what she's like. Alan had worked with her in the past and I fully trusted him, but she arrived and I was like, wow, this girl can act. And I think that she was the greatest asset to our team, as well as Alan, who hasn't really done much acting in the sense that we have audio recording, we've had post-production audio recordings, but for him to have done that was really a big step for him, and I'm really proud of him, and I'm really proud of Zoe, and I'm really proud of the film.
The thing that I got away with, I think, was my cinematographer / editor, Albie. I was doing Grant's film during the day and I had no idea what I was going to do for my film at all. We wrapped like 5 or something for your film, and I got to film that potato eyes scene in the living room that we were filming in for Behind the Killer Moves. Albie came back to my flat with me, and he just made magic with that thing. So I'm so appreciative of Albie for this film. Yeah.
To be honest, the kind of success or failure of our film depended on one scene, and we had this one shot where Ali, my co-star and co-director, we were in this greenhouse and he goes, we just take one, and he does all his screaming and successfully convinces me in this one shot that he is defecating an alien parasite. And it was kind of in that moment where I was like, this might work, okay, we might have something here.
I think one thing we got away with is because we were doing mockumentary, we got to film inside, which I don't think a lot of teams had the privilege of having. So I think we got away with that, I think.
I think one thing we got away with was we already had our location picked and then we drew mystery, and it was just such a mystery house and it worked really well for the genre.
I think we got away with a couple of things. The main one was the weather. It was lovely sunshine in the morning and then it started to tip down, and we had that walk and talk, the kind of 1 minute take, and we didn't know if we'd get it, and then there was a break in the weather and we managed to get that. We filmed in a tree house and I'm not very good with heights, and I managed to film that scene without having a panic attack. So
For us, it was probably render times. That's always scary every time we do this, just how long they take, and we're getting quite close to the wire now. So I suppose, just watching that little bar go up and go, oh, yeah, it's not again, it's move on. So yeah, I suppose render times is what we got away with the most.
The ambience throughout the movie was done by our friend Finn, and he finished work at 5 p.m. on the Saturday and managed to create that soundtrack that really sold our film. It wouldn't be the same without it. And also our friend Flynn, who was in the film as well, did the makeup, and just the dedication, because they cancelled going to a concert just to help us out with that day. It was just, yeah, we got away with a lot. It was great.
Simply say, I think we got away with all of it. Literally a team of 4 of us. We 4 car dealers who entered this competition. I mean, a lot of accomplished filmmakers here. I mean, a round of applause for everybody. It was absolutely amazing, this film. So to just be on stage here, stood next to these guys, I think we got away with it all.
I would say that we got away with keeping our actors warm. It was 25 degrees for weeks on end, absolutely roasting, and then all of a sudden the 48 comes along, it's 8 degrees and raining, and we decided to have our actors swimming in the water for half the film, so luckily no one got hypothermia.
I think we got away with, we were very lucky, we got with Rob's parents' place, which they run as a B&B, so we came up on the Friday afternoon, and there was 7 of us, cast and crew, and we stayed basically at his parents' night Friday, filmed on Saturday, editing on the Sunday, and everybody went home on the Sunday night. So, and nobody fell out. We had a good team. We managed to get everything done in time, and it was good fun, which was good.
Really amazing team. Everything was felt like really last minute, especially with the genre on Thursday, and we had a Zoom meeting. Right, we have to do this. Right, yes. Can we do this? Yes, okay. So some of us who never worked on this before, and it just felt really great. It was gut instinct and really confident with everyone in our team. Like, right, okay. Oh, it's lovely. Just delegating, like you do this, and everyone just had different roles to do. It's lovely. It's just dream team. We had a lovely. I loved working with them. So many different changes. Everything changed so fast as well. And you're directing, you're editing, you're rendering. Oh, it's amazing to work with them. Where there was no problem, but it's fine. So all our timing and schedule were all tipped upside down. You're like, oh no, we need to go to an Indian restaurant and get some food. Okay, but we did film the night.
How did you logistically manage, so many people moving them around and and all not falling apart? Was it a help and a hindrance having so many people?
I honestly think it was a massive help. We wouldn't have been able to create anything that we had created without everything we had. It would be even better if we had more people next time.
Okay, Sam, you have to hold the mic. Okay. The question is, did you write a script? Did you write a script, or did you, on Friday night, did you write a script, or did you just kind of improvise over the weekend?
So really, half and half. So we wanted to make sure the structure was set out, and they had a discussion to improvise, all ideas put down. So we had a rough draft. Every scene from scene is 7 scenes, and how we would order those, and how we would structure that. So that was for me, and it was quite late. And we were trying to put everything together, type it all up, get it finished, email everyone. In the morning, they arrived like, all right, okay, that part, okay, we'll sort out, we'll improvise that part and help each other. And how we'll do that part, how we can match up the first scene, second scene. So half the time working through it, half the time explaining how that would work. And we're just learning and teaching and just do everything together at the same time. So really, to answer your question, half and half.
Our director Gary had an idea of doing something about assisted suicide, but our genre was action adventure or silent film. So I think he was a bit of a, he had to manipulate it a bit. But no, our script was ready on Friday night. We did a table read, so we were ready to start Saturday morning.
They wrote the script on the Friday night, got it all typed out. I actually wasn't there for the script writing, so it was a surprise to me. I didn't know what I was walking into on the Saturday. I was just given the camera and going, right, stick it there, point there, and do that, and that's how we did it. But yeah, the script's all written, and there was a few changes, a few ideas were, as natural. But yeah, most of the script, no, in fact, all the script was done, then just a few improvisations along the way.
We tried to write a script. We kind of just established notes, and we made a storyboard of what sequences we wanted to happen, and we more figured it out on the day. We had lines of dialogue that we specifically wanted to include, and then just as it was filming, we kind of figured it out as we went along, which maybe isn't the best plan, but we managed to finish it, which is the important part.
So Ross writes all of our films, and this one was no exception, and he did manage to finish this one for us before we started shooting. Maybe, what time was it, Ben? 8 maybe?
8:30 a.m. on Saturday.
Yeah, we had a script. Neil, the team, our team is Neil and I, and our process is that we kind of figure out the story together, and then I get to go to bed, and Neil stays up writing till 3 a.m, and he has only a 4 hour sleep, and then we shoot together, and then I have only 4 hours sleep, and I do the edit. But we definitely spend some time so that we start with a full script on Saturday morning.
It got to 3 a.m, we were all ready to go to bed, and it was just all monologue. And we realised we didn't have anything to shoot because we just written dialogue, so we had to make up for that on Sunday.
So basically, by sheer coincidence, we had the exact same cast we had from last year, so we didn't really write anything. I just thought, let's just ask them questions about last year. So we just kind of wrote the questions, and we scripted like the cutaway segments, so like the killing at the start and the potato segment. It was just really questions we had scripted, which meant our original runtime is over 12 minutes. So you've only seen half the movie.
We wrote a script on the Friday night, and I mean, we kind of like kept to that script. We kept it quite open for camera movement and stuff, which ended up being very important for the film. Probably about half of the film is about what the camera is doing. So in that sense, we were kind of writing as we were going, I guess. I hope that doesn't sound pretentious.
Yeah, true to my film's name, Fragments, it was all written in fragments. So basically I was doing an 8-page monologue on Friday night. Grant sent me the stuff that I needed to make it. The cinema assistant thing, it's the most I've ever been stumped from a 40-hour thing. I had no ideas. But I had this idea about AI, so basically I went shit towards the end of the night, and I just switched my camera on and thought I could probably use this. And I started doing a monologue to camera, and then that got refilmed on the Saturday. My friend Oliver from France, I gave him everything that was in like the requirements, and he wrote that first script about the potato in the eyes thing. And then I'd done a self-tape recently of a preacher, kind of like of a cult leader. So I wanted to put that character in, so I kind of just made that monologue on the spot. And it all got put together, yeah.
But as far as I was concerned, Alan had written that script before we got into the car to leave Eden Court, into each other's heads in a certain way that you give him the right look and he just knows what you need to do, if that makes sense. So we had a really good understanding of what needed to be done.
All of the 3D work's done mostly in Unreal Engine, and those the moving skeletons afterwards. They were animated in Blender for a whole bunch of technical reasons, and then they were brought into After Effects later on to get composited into the Unreal Engine environments.
There was just so much.
Yeah, it's good fun. We film it in the same flat every time, and just with a big green sheet that served as well. It's getting a bit old now, but.
Got to the last render, uploaded it, everything was fine. We had hours to go. We were like, this is great. We weren't this relaxed last year. We then sat down, then clicked onto the live stream that Sam and Louise were doing, and they were reading out title names. And they came to ours and they went, what's next? And Alan and I just had this look of panic because that was not what our film was meant to be called.
Oh.
Our film was meant to be called What's Left, and I'm really outing ourselves now, but I'm in too deep to kind of pull back, so it was a genuine mistake, but we ended up loving the title What's Next better than What's Left. So the title of the film that was submitted was What's Next, but the poster said What's Left. And I think it's important that we make mistakes because we're human, you know.
So the my low and high is probably happens about the same time. So basically, Albie filmed everything on Saturday night, and then went completely radio silence. And I used to like have people edit things for me and send them back to me, and I had to change to like edit myself because I was in control of it. So I sat Sunday, just not knowing what I was going to get, and then I got picture lock, and it was actually really good. So that was my high when I actually seen it.
I colour graded this film in 15 minutes. So we were really behind. And we were kind of like, we submitted the film without being colour graded, looking obviously very, very washed out. And then it was like, that was kind of the low point where it was like, oh, I don't know if this is possible. I don't know if I can do this. I'm not a cinematographer. So like, I mean, you can tell. The thing was colour graded in 15 minutes. But it looked completely washed out, and by the end of it, it didn't. And the kind of high that we got from that at the end there was just being able to watch the film, and it didn't look terrible. Like it looked like we had just salvaged our film. So yeah.
I think the low was definitely the edit, like having to take out all basically the cool parts, because we had like a minute-long monologue that we had to take out. We had a lot of like personal stories that we also had to take out because it just didn't fit the structure of the film. So that was a low point. But the high point, I think, was we had, like, I think 90% of our team had never done the 48-hour film before. And it was getting to, like, give people a chance that wouldn't normally get a chance.
I'd say our lowest and highest points were within 10 minutes of each other. My lowest point was the final render, and my highest was finally getting it in.
My lowest point was just, like, I guess the pressure of getting the edit complete. We really were right down to the wire with it, and because I was doing the edit, it was on my shoulders. If I hadn't finished it, I would have to explain to everyone involved in our team, including Neil's young kids who are both brilliant in it, that I didn't finish the film, and I think that would have ruined me. So low point was the stress, but high point was getting it done.
Yeah, I'm quite similar. Our edit split into sort of two halves. We have the sort of VFX edit and then the edit. And our edit is always extremely stressful. We actually had to move it onto our Ross's PC from your PC.
Yeah, we had a laptop die halfway through.
Yeah, so one of our laptops are working halfway through, so we had to move that across. So that was really the lowest point. It was quite sketchy getting close to the wire, but I mean, like I think like a lot of people, the high points when you finally see it render, you're just like, upload it, just go, just
I think our lowest point was, like many people here, we had a very long shoot. Around the 12-hour mark, we were in the middle of nowhere, in the dark, and our camera was just dying. We had no backup or anything, so we tried to shoot the best we could with what we had. And by the time we got home and digitized the footage, we didn't have exactly what we wanted, but we managed to make it work. But I would say the highest point is just seeing the reaction from our friends and family that we've shown the film to. I mean, maybe we didn't start out wanting it to be funny, but it kind of ended up being really ridiculous and stupid. And just hearing and seeing everyone's reaction to that was the best part for me.
Genuinely, for me, as a personal point of view, I've had no low points. This was the first time ever doing a 48-hour project, working with the team. So yeah, absolutely no low points for me. I suppose if you was to ask the editor who sat up there, who threw me under the bus, shut me up for this Q&A, his low point would be probably going through all the footage that I took. An absolute, probably the most difficult part for me was trying to film in a live kitchen and trying to get the chef to, every time I turned around, he'd flip the burger and I was like, no, I needed to see when you hadn't flipped it. So yeah, I always miss stuff in the kitchen, so that took a little bit longer, but no, genuinely, no low points for me, and a massive high seeing the reaction to all the people that we've shown it to, just seeing their faces go, wow, you guys come up with that. And,
yeah. Our lowest point was definitely the edit. When we had, 30, 40 minutes, we were about to export and then upload, and then the DaVinci crashed and we lost 2 hours of editing, and we had to go again, but we're still proud of what we created, so that would definitely be our lowest point. the redraft will be even better. And then the highest point would definitely be that moment where you're on set and you take a step back and you realize, like, well, this is really where we are right now, and this is all the planning and everything that we've created to bring a team together and create something that we're happy with. So.
I was in charge of food as the producer, and I didn't think about lunch. I just thought about breakfast and tea. So on Saturday at like 1 o'clock, we were still filming and we were on the beach, and our director said, we'll break for lunch at about 2. And I thought, there is no lunch. So I've got like 6 hungry men and me, and I said, I'll just go back to the house and make some lunch. And I went back, and Rob's mum, Deirdre, had a dozen eggs, so I made this massive omelette with peppers, so that when everybody came up, and I had to borrow a loaf from her as well, when everybody came up, they all thought that that had been planned, and they all got wired in. And by that time, as you probably all know, it started raining in Inverness by the afternoon. So so low was the panic on my part, which nobody knew about, and the high was seeing everybody eating and enjoying the very quick meal I had thrown together.
So normally I would say it would be barriers. That would be because the sound and music we don't have access to that. So we decided not to have the sound. You know, with the hearing people, everyday life, that's us. We don't have access to sound. So we decided not to have it. And also with writer's block as well, you know, with the scenes. So we thank God with Holly as well. So please, okay, we need something with the costumes. So in the morning, you know, with the red kilt with that's it. That's perfect. So you're like, no planning, no nothing, just nothing. But oh my God, wow! It just writer's block went, and it was completely unplanned. It was like, thank God you saved us. Oh, it's amazing. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, God. But so why theatre? You know, why Red Stewart? Why? You know, so we're asking, is that the right one? We're asking team. So it's really important. So Red Stewart theatre, yes, but so cinema. So tomorrow it'll be 7 minutes. That's it.
Let's hear it for these filmmakers. Well, guys, the night ain't over yet. We are about to give out 30 different award categories.